Hi, my name's Cole. Welcome back to our Investors series, and today we are going to talk about the different types of real estate investment and how to help you build wealth through real estate investing. Could you take a minute and talk to us about the different types of real estate you can invest in?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, single-family homes. Single-family homes are, enjoyed by many of investors because they generally are more liquid. They generally appreciate at higher rates than a multifamily property. And some would argue, maybe not all, that you also may get a higher rent and a higher quality of tenant as a result. That being said, single families are great investments. I do own one myself with my stepson. The pause I'd have recommending a single family to a new investor is that if you have one tenant, could be a great tenant that's paid you on time for a couple of years, falls on hard times, 100% of your cash flows out the window if they can't be. My favorite is traditional residential multifamily properties. Personal favorites, probably 4 units and up. That being said, my wife, rest her soul, and I bought a lot of duplexes when we started. What I like about the duplexes, especially if you're buying this as an owner-occupied property to start your investment portfolio, you can get into multifamily living where you have your neighbor effectively paying a large portion, if not all, of your obligation. Now, what I like about 4, 5, 6 units and above is you've got in many cases, one roof to cover a lot more units. You probably at this point in most of our areas have a more modern building, maybe not the case in each case, but certainly, in many cases. Plus, if you're hands-on management, you can address, I'm thinking of my 6 unit. You can knock on 6 doors in one stop. Now, other people will also consider condominiums, which I would put up with the line of single-family properties. Great because you have less management, oftentimes, but not always. The associations are dealing with the roof, dealing with the siding, sometimes even windows. So you're really just renting the unit, collecting the rent, and paying your mortgage. Like single families, they will tend to appreciate more than multifamilies. However, like single families, if you have a great tenant who falls upon hard times, as well intended as they may be, you still may have 100% of your cash flow going out the window. As opposed to a 4 family where if somebody stopped paying you, you only have 25% of the cash flow going out the window. Now, a lot of people ask me about new construction in commercial. I do see some people, generally much larger investors, building some multifamily properties. We've certainly seen a lot go up around Chittenden County. Benefits certainly is it's brand new, the systems are new, they're updated, so forth and so on. That being said, most of the projects you probably would agree would be much, much more expensive and not necessarily something for your everyday investor. Commercial, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity in the commercial market, and we are seeing increased vacancies with the amount of people working from home and potentially even staying at home. At the same time, I do think as you see a lot of people move to the state, you'll see those people that are moving to the state bring businesses with them. We'll also see, I think, the advent where people invest in an office that has shared copiers, shared conference rooms to multiple businesses. But without a doubt, my personal favorite is true multifamily, 2 or more units. What I would also probably say, take a look at the age. The older the building, you're going to have some maintenance issues, yet oftentimes as well. The older buildings, such as in Burlington, are in some of the prime locations, and they're always very easy to rent.
And they might make the most amount of money also.
Very well could be.
It's a balance of a lot of times risk and the returns that you'll get off of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cole, one of the things that you and I often hear is, why stronghold real estate at KW, and why hire an agent? Why not just do it themselves?
Well, there's a few different reasons. There's definitely savvy investors out there that can find the opportunities. As we're saying, there are so many different types of property, each one being unique. Later on in the series, we'll talk about how to analyze them. But if you are able to find that one property out there, you may be missing out on the opportunity of 10 more that were out there that you didn't know about that you could have looked at.
Yep.
And that's why it's so key to have the right realtor in your corner. Thanks for joining us. Hit like and subscribe and visit our website. And join us next week as we get into how to analyze these properties as you find them. Thanks.